You're screwed. What are you doing? What? What? Oh, wow. That's interesting. Hey guys, I'm ExactlyOneSasquatch, and I have never watched anime. However, we're slowly changing that as we continue through Attack on Titan. Now, if you'd like to get an idea of the media I've consumed up to this point in my life, I'm going to put a link down in the description that's going to provide you guys with a list of shows and movies that I have and haven't watched, just so you guys know where I'm coming from with regards to never seeing anime before. To be honest, I feel like it's maybe a tad bit lacking than I would have expected, but you know, what are you going to do? Also, thanks so much for commenting and letting me know how much you guys love this show. Everyone has been so nice, and it's been really great to watch. By the way, this video is sponsored by the like button. It lets me know you guys like the video, and it helps out the channel a bunch. Also, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'm planning to come out with videos as often as I can. More Attack on Titan reactions and Star Wars The Bad Batch reactions, as well as predictions for what's going to happen next. Okay, so last episode on Attack on Titan, we watched some of the fallout of what happened after that one giant Titan blew a hole into the walls of Shiganshina. There were Titans that stormed the place, absolutely massacring and demolishing the people of Shiganshina. All the citizens of the city did their best to scramble and get the heck out of Shiganshina. Groups and flocks of civilians tried to board ships and sail inward, the center of the whole structure that everyone lives in. I don't even know if I'm supposed to know the name of it yet, but it clearly looked like a giant bottleneck. There weren't nearly enough boats. However, the three characters that we've come to know, Eren, Mikasa, and Armin, all got on board. Then some real big Titan showed up again that was different than the one that broke through the walls of Shiganshina, and I mean charged at full speed at Wall Maria and just absolutely blew a hole right through it like it was nothing. So that exposed the entire outer ring of humanity to the dangers of the Titans. So the central government ordered all civilians to withdraw within Wall Rose. As a result of this, there was great overpopulation inside of Wall Rose, and famine and shortage of food became a real problem. And then in the next year, a small time jump to 846, it was said that 250,000 people went on an expedition to try to patch up, I guess, or retake the breach in Wall Maria. And then out of the 250,000 people that went on this expedition, only a few hundred returned, which is just absolutely mind-blowing. They all died. Basically, that blew my mind. Apparently that was half the population of the area just completely wiped out, and just goes to show the absolute power of these Titans. They didn't specify how much damage they may have done to the Titans, but they didn't really mention it, so it can't have been that much damage. So I don't really know how the heck Eren, Mikasa, and Armin are going to successfully combat these Titans in any way. The only way that we see thus far is we saw Eren had some kind of a vivid dream where his father, who's a doctor, Dr. Yeager, was trying to inject him with some kind of something, and in the dream he was saying it's the key to everything. And then that key that Dr. Yeager had in the first episode is just somehow on Eren's neck when he wakes up. So my guess is that this injectable whatever that Dr. Yeager was working on, that's in the basement of their house in Shiganshina, that is currently completely overran by Titans, probably has some kind of, my mind goes to a Captain America type formula where you inject it and it makes you some kind of like super soldier or something that might actually give you some power to combat these Titans. So I don't know where or when down the line Dr. Yeager might be able to get back in touch with Eren and maybe tell him about how important this research that he has going on that he was doing in the basement is. And then I'm guessing that they're going to have to at some point venture out to retrieve whatever he was working on. At the end of the episode, Eren, Mikasa, and Armin all vowed to join the Cadet Corps to organize and fight the Titans, and that seemed to end in 847, so we've gone forward 2 years, and I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen next. I don't know if more Titans are going to like further breach the walls. I don't know if there's going to be attack right away. I would guess that we're going to see some kind of like training and maybe learn some kind of combat, what the humans' techniques might be to combat the Titans. And one question I have is, what happened to the giant two Titans that humans couldn't do anything about? Where'd they go? Like, clearly the humans can't stop them. The one Titan was like struck down from the heavens with like a lightning bolt. Do they only exist on the planet for so long and then they like go away? I don't exactly know what their purpose is, because if they so effortlessly broke through the wall, why wouldn't they just continue going? Like, what did he do? Did he break through the wall and then be like,
fuck that job.
Do they serve the other Titans to let the smaller ones just run rampant? I don't know what the deal is with these larger ones and how they appear, how they disappear, if they're around all the time, etc, etc, etc. So, here we go. Attack on Titan, Season 1, Episode 3, A Dim Light in the Darkness of Despair. Humanity Rises Again, Part 1. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go. If this is what the combat eventually looks like, with them just flying around, that's gonna be sweet. How do they do that? Dim Light Amid Despair, Humanity's Comeback, Part 1.
Oi, Kisama!
Our Lelt from Shiganshina, sir. Alright, so here we are, started in the 104th Cadet Corps, just straight away. I wonder if that was his grandfather's name or his grandfather that named him. I would guess his grandfather's name, but I'm not sure. I've heard this exact kind of military mentality for like the Marines and stuff. I guess there's truth to it, maybe? I don't know. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Wow, that's kind of cool. It seems like he passes by the people who were there to see the Titans invade. But then why did he yell at Armin? Armin was there, wasn't he? I wonder if that's like a respect thing, or he's already tried to do that and like can't get to them because they're not afraid of him. Another Tross districtor. Yeah, I guess it's likely frowned upon that, hey, I want to go work inside the interior. Yeah, everyone does, bro. Get in line. To the king? There's a king. It's a kingdom? Interesting. I wonder if the king is the person that just gives all the decrees and stuff, or if there's some kind of like parliament or like senate or something like that. Okay. Who's eating a sandwich? You're screwed. What are you doing? Wait, who are you? That's not Mikasa, right? You're officially on my shit list. What? Of course it's not gonna go well. You're on the shit list now. Better get off of it. Potato girl. Alright, so she got punished for it. Alright, some people drop out. Some people don't make it. If you can't handle the pressure, gotta leave. If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Get out! Where are you from? Shiganshina. Oh wow, that means you saw all the stuff? Yeah, you saw it. The colossal one. There were two of them. Yeah, I guess you're well known if you're from Shiganshina. I would think that maybe you're even well known the next layer in, because he busted through Shiganshina and they busted through Wall Maria, right? They're calling those armored titans? Weren't they both armored titans then? They look the same, other than the hairdo. The omnidirectional mobility gear. Omnidirectional mobility gear. Yep. I mean, yeah. It is a death sentence, as we've seen thus far. 250,000 people leave, just a couple hundred come back. It's a death sentence. But our boy Eren's gonna be different. They're not gonna fight. Yeah, they got stuff to do. Maybe eventually, though. This fight's not over, I feel like. Oh, Mikasa! Oh, Mikasa! You don't want to mess with her. What? 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 half second I thought that was like real, the like glowing eyes and her diving. Okay. I was like, what? Is she some kind of demon? No. It's funny, she clearly loves food. Sasha, I think, right? Dude, be nice to Potato Girl. Interesting. So Mikasa has the natural talent ability. I'm guessing these bungee cordy type things are fundamental to the way that they fight. It looks like they use grappling hook type things during combat in the intro and the title screen and stuff. It looks like they have like katanas and stuff too. So I guess this is the start of that. So Mikasa has a natural talent, but Eren has the drive and the passion, but it doesn't seem like he necessarily has the natural talent, which I think is interesting. I'm not sure if it'll go anywhere, if that's just for this episode, but it's always interesting to see the old adage of hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Not that Mikasa wouldn't work hard, I don't think, but okay, time for information dump interlude time. Let's learn things. Omnidirectional mobility gear. All right, I'm gonna put that up. Oh, that's what ODM is. Human beings generally move about in 2 dimensions. The harsh omnidirectional mobility gear training regimen is meant to help one adapt to movements in 3 dimensions. Is that Mikasa? Come on, Eren. Come on, Eren. You can do it. He's not going to be able to do it right away, I'm guessing. Called it. Hey man, lay off. Practice makes perfect, okay? Oh, okay. If he doesn't do well, he could lose to the fields. Alright. I could see how that would worry him, because clearly fighting the Titans matters so much to him. What if he comes up with another way to fight the Titans, though, that doesn't require the omnidirectional things, you know? What if he, I don't know, invents some kind of super gun thing, or pulls the old Star Wars trip the AT-AT type tactic, you know? He just runs around on the ground instead of flying and trips him. One other thing that I thought of, though, is what if Dr. Yeager, instead the injection is a vaccine against a virus that he spreads to the Titans? Because they said that he solved like a pandemic or like an epidemic, right? So maybe it's like biowarfare. Come on, Eren. Mikasa. I told you last episode I don't quite understand Mikasa as a character. I feel like Armin and certainly Eren is much more straightforward. I don't get Mikasa's motivation still. Come on. Wherever Eren goes, Mikasa goes too. Is that like a love thing? Is that like a brother-sister kind of thing? Companionship? Commitment? Potato Girl. Oh, Potato Girl. Oh. Dude, wrecked! Roasted! I was so happy a second ago, too. I was like, aw, nice to share. Revenge is kind of what seems to be Eren's motivation, which is always a little bit of a mixed bag, you know? You can always understand someone's motivation for revenge, but it's usually a pretty superficial motivation. A lot of the times your motivation should be like to liberate the town that was once yours. Something like that. It's interesting that the government ordered all civilians to withdraw within Wall Rose after Wall Maria was breached, but then they also mandated the 250,000 people expedition back to Wall Maria to try to repair it. That seems kind of like slight opposite motivations. I get that you're trying to ultimately do what's best for the people, but withdrawing within Wall Rose seems to be a overly safe or like specifically to keep people safe decision to make. But sending a 250,000 people, which is half the population of the area, out to Wall Maria, down towards Shiganshina to just try to repatch it seems a little reckless.
二人はどこの出身なの？
この山奥の村出身なんだ。すぐには連絡が来なかった。何せ連絡より先に巨人が来たからね。
Is that within Shiganshina? Or is that within that outpost? Maybe Shiganshina isn't the only city in that outpost that's south of Wall Maria?
つまり僕が言いたかったことは、君たちは彼らとは違うだろうってことなんだけど、巨人の恐怖を知らずにここにいる人たち、彼らがここにいる大半の理由は世間的な体裁を守るためだ。12歳を迎えて生産者に回るやつは腰抜けだって。
I mean, I feel like that's definitely happened in real world situations. You're just labeled a coward if you don't just buck up and do the horribly, horribly terrifying thing that nobody wants to do. Like, that's definitely happened. I don't know if that happens per se as much today, but there are definitely, I feel like, many times across history that is the mentality. But it is interesting to see this guy, I don't remember if it said that this was Reiner or not, see his perspective, that all four of them witnessed the Titans' horror firsthand, but they had different perspectives on it. Like, it seems like this guy is terrified after witnessing the horror and being like, I don't want anything to do with this. And his brain is like thinking the people that do want to have something to do with this don't know what they're getting themselves into. If they did, they wouldn't want to do it, just like me. But Eren's different. Eren saw and witnessed the Titans' destructive power firsthand, and that motivated him even more to want to go after the Titans. So it just goes to show how people are built differently. I think that's pretty good writing. It's good character development. It's believable.
とは言っても、僕も彼らと変わらない安全な内地に勤務できる憲兵団狙いで兵士を選んだ。
Again, these are you secretly want to work with the military police deep inside where it's nice and safe around the king. You don't want to say that that's what you want, but that's what everyone wants because no one wants to go out really and fight these Titans except for Eren because he's insane.
俺は帰れなくなった故郷に帰る。絶対に何としてもだ。
Okay, so it seems like Reiner is more similar to Eren in his motivations to like fight and reclaim the land that was taken from him, hating the Titans, etc.
Eren Yeager, 覚悟はいいか?
Let's go, Eren.
俺には素質がねえかもしれねえけど、根性だけは誰にも負けねえ。
Nobody has more guts.
靴なんか知らん。根拠もない。でも、俺にはそれしかねえ。できた。
なんだ。貴様が使用していたベルトの金具が破損していた。ここが破損するなど聞いたことはないが。
じゃああいつ壊れた装備で一時は。
Oh. So I guess that makes it more impressive that he was able to suspend himself for at least like momentarily with defective equipment. Does that make him like even better than the average person? Like he wasn't actually below average the whole time? Did he have defective gear originally?
違う。これで私と離れずに済んだと思って安心してる。
グリシャ、今日お前の息子が
Okay, a couple of things. Mikasa is saying what's going on in Eren's mind is he's saying, I don't have to leave Mikasa. So is there something going on then between Mikasa and Eren? I guess so. I feel like, I don't know why I didn't expect that. Again, though, maybe they're just really good friends, but that was the vibe I was originally getting, is that they're really good friends. Not per se that they would be like in a relationship, but again, we'll see what happens. Okay, so that was season 1, episode 3 of Attack on Titan. So that was cool. That was interesting. We got to see a lot of different character development type of things. We met a lot of people, started to get some people's backgrounds. I still find Mikasa like kind of shrouded in mystery. I still don't quite get her, though it seems like she has this like semi-serious-ish relationship with Eren. Again, I feel like Eren wears his heart on his sleeve. I think maybe there's a little bit more to Armin I'm not quite sure of, but I still don't quite understand Mikasa. we met all sorts of different characters, right? We had Potato Girl, whose name is Sasha. She's just hilarious. We met that, I think it's Jean Kirstein person who seemed like he saw Mikasa and he seemed to be really interested in her. He and Eren were at odds, not to have anything to do with Mikasa, but just because he was mocking Eren's drive to fight the Titans. He wants to work in the interior with the interior police where it's nice and safe. Obviously, everyone does. I feel like the last two guys that we were talking to were probably the most important that I had seen thus far, other than the main three, which would be Reiner and Bertholdt, and they seem to have slightly different mentalities as well. The four of them, Armin, Eren, Reiner, and Bertholdt, all had pretty closely witnessed firsthand the destruction of the Titans, but it seems like they all came away with different perspectives, right? You had Bertholdt's terrified, based on what he's seen. He never wants to run into these Titans again. Armin is reasonable, but also motivated to try to reclaim his home. Reiner seems incredibly motivated to do so, almost in the revenge type of way. And Eren wants to just kill all the Titans. So it's interesting to see the different perspectives on all of them. I'm not sure which of these characters are necessarily going to be recurring characters or not, but they seemed to be fairly important. Now, if I were to guess, I think Grisha is Dr. Yeager, so I think he's Eren's father. The reason why I don't think it's his mother is because the way that Keith phrased that sentence is he said, Grisha, today you should be proud. Your son is a soldier. Instead of saying something like, Grisha, today you would be proud that your son is a soldier. Your son is now a soldier, meaning you would be proud if you ever got to see it because you're dead. So after this, you know, we haven't seen anything from Dr. Yeager. We haven't heard anything more on that formula, that dream that Eren had. And to end the episode, you see that he was so motivated to not wash out of the cadet corps that drove him to practice so much that he could even suspend himself for a little bit using even faulty equipment. So then they gave him good equipment, and then he was like, he got it, you know? Just amazing what you can do when you put your mind to something. So let's go, Eren. I feel for you. So maybe next episode, we start learning of some of the actual tactics, the next step to training instead of just the basic suspension. Maybe some tactical maneuvers, some strategies, some fighting strategies. And then also, I'm guessing we'd maybe learn some more of the backstory of some of these smaller minor characters that we met. Maybe we'll learn a little bit more about Potato Girl's background or Reiner or Bertholdt's background. Anyway, so again, I'm into this show. I gotta say, I'm liking it so far. I think the pacing's really good, and I think the motivations behind each character are pretty realistic. So anyway, I hope you like this reaction. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, or just leave a comment and let me know how your day's going. My day's going pretty good. How about you? So until next time, I'm ExactlyOneSasquatch. Have a great day.